Hi, it's Chris Pagel with Citrix. I'm here to talk to you about Customize My Design. This is really exciting work, 5 months of work, creating a huge design space where you can customize and tailor your Zen desktop architecture, but also know that Citrix Consulting is standing behind you to provide great recommendations. So what does that exactly mean? You can now change FlexCast, apps, policies, profiles, and 30 other different configurations in that design space. Along the way, we provide great advice, what we call the architect comments on how to best go about that. And then at the end, we allow you to see, based on your customizations, how much did things change. We call that the original versus customized toggle. I'm going to show all three things today. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go to project.citrix.com. Once we go there, we'll enter our My Citrix credentials. We'll be logged in. We'll see the home page. And what we're now going to see when we open up our project is the new Design tab. This is where that Customize My Design capability gets revealed. We've already gone into FlexCast model and customized our support group to use pooled VDI instead of hosted shared. But now we're looking at marketing and going, we don't think remote PC is the best way to go. Based on my needs, what I understand of my users, I think they really want to have that PVD capability. I'm going to change this to assigned VDI. Now when we do that, we're smart enough to know that we need to make a bunch of changes here. We're going to do true VDI now, so that's going to change a lot of the other decisions that we need to make about this environment. So when we go look at the marketing organization now, for instance, we open up the users area, we'll see that, hey, thin clients, oh man, that's not going to work out at all. We need to change that. Yeah, I get that Citrix recommends that. Maybe that's based on cost. But for our users, it's a BYOD environment in marketing. They're going to want to bring in some personal devices. So let's go ahead and change that. And we look farther down here, RAM, 4 gigabytes. They're going to be using a lot of Adobe apps and other apps that require a lot of memory. Let's up that to 8 gigabytes. And let's make that update. We're not also sure that 40 IOPS is going to be enough, but why did Citrix recommend 40? Maybe we want to read more about that. Maybe we don't even know what IOPS is. Hey, that's okay. This is where the architect's comments come in. So when you see this read more button, you can click on that and a little bit more about each decision. So we're going to go ahead and change that to 50 IOPS. Now let's go take a look at applications. So as we scroll down here, we don't need to change anything in the personalization area. We look at applications. Okay, we've got a bunch of apps in the base image. Yeah, we can see so we got some resource intensive apps here. We've already changed some apps using Microsoft App Streamed. Okay, that'll work out. But Microsoft Word, why is that on the base image? If we're streaming the other Microsoft Suite, we should stream that one as well. Okay, so we're going to update that. And so we now updated our application information. Again, if you weren't quite sure, what does AppV mean, how to go about this, again, the architect comments can be helpful. We have an overall view here for each drawer or each major area of the model. We also have architect comments about each decision where you can read more details about how to make these decisions. So we've made a bunch of changes here. What does this really mean? What does this impact? Well, let's take a look at that. Let's take a look first at our sizing chart. Again, we originally had hosted, shared, and remote PC. We've now updated this by clicking the sizing chart button in the application, and we can see when we've now customized it to pool VDI and assign VDI, well, some of the numbers changed. Let me take a look at that again. 138 cores is what Citrix was recommending based on the hosted, shared, and remote PC for 400 users. Now we're up to 244. So yeah, we're providing more capability for our users, but that's going to require a larger amount of servers, a large amount of IOPS perhaps, and storage, and you can see all that right here, right down in the bottom of the sizing chart. Now let's take a look at architecture. Again, originally we had hosted, shared, and remote PC, so on the back end at the hardware layer, we only needed XenApp hosts. Now, however, we're going to customize this. Remember, we added assigned VDI, but yeah, of course, we're going to expect we need some Zen desktop. We're going to need 8 desktop hosts, 400 VMs. When we scroll down to the bottom here, we can now see we've got some Zen desktop controllers. Oh, hey, this is quite clear here. We're seeing a lot of good information here. And again, you can toggle back and forth. If I were to go back to customize my design and make a couple of the changes, I could come back to this window and see the impact of those changes here or on the sizing plan. So we've now given you end-to-end a complete capability, 34 decisions, a much bigger design space to customize your design. And we've also provided a way to give you some advice and guidance so that you don't go off the rails. And then third, we've given you the ability to toggle back and forth between the original recommendations and how your tailoring and changes are going to affect the hardware that you're going to need as well as the recommended architecture. I want you to check it out. Follow CTX Success or give me your feedback in the application, but please check out project.citrix.com.